Manchester United appreciate Nicholas Jackson. Manchester United are monitoring Nicholas Jackson. Manchester United appreciate Michael Jackson.
You said the same thing 3 times. Just say here we go.
Lamine Yamal scores. He is only 17. Lamine Yamal breathes. He is only 17. Lamine Yamal has just turned 18. He is only 17.
We get it!
Jonathan David has just scored his second league goal for the season. Lionel Messi posts his beautiful ass on Instagram. Which footballer is getting the best head in this picture? Here are 3 footballers. Start one, bench one, suck one.
Please just make it end.
Breaking. Here are the next 3 Ballon d'Or winners.
What?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Lamine Yamal to my private island. There we land.
Shut up! Hey guys, it's your boy, the Streets Champ. Toby World, party time, excellent. Let's talk about Fab. Now, every single decade we are blessed with an Italian man that takes over pop culture. Whether it's the 80s and 90s with Mario, the 2000s with Tony Soprano, the 2010s with Santino Marella, or the 2020s with the Costco guys. Oh, there's a name that I actually left out. Fabrizio Romano, with his infectious catchphrase, "Here we go." Very impressive, Fabrizio, but I have 7 catchphrases, and I've already said 3. So here's 4 more. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we're trying to reach that before 2026. I want to give a shout out to the people that are already subscribed, my day one ooses. And I want to shout out to everybody that's going to subscribe today, the honorary ooses. And if you are new here, I would like you to join the journey. Say it with me, everybody, not this piece of crap. And I want you to comment today that you have joined the journey so that me and all the day one ooses can welcome you to the journey. There we go. Didn't even need to break a sweat. Now, let's talk about Fabrizio Romano. Let me start off by saying I do not hate Fabrizio Romano, okay? Shut up! Fabrizio is obviously very reliable, and he has probably given me more dopamine kicks than my own football club. But he may just be an instance of too much of a good thing. You see, Fabrizio he's kind of like pizza. Why? Because he's Italian, you f***ing racist? Everybody likes pizza. Pizza's nice, but too much of it can slowly kill you. And I think too much of Fabrizio is slowly killing me. Here's how I'm gonna scale this video. We're gonna start off in the green zone, which are some complaints that I have, but they're kind of lighthearted, tongue-in-cheek stuff. And then we're gonna be going down to the yellow zone, which is intermediate stuff, where it's like, yo, Fab, you might want to stop doing this. But then we're gonna get to the final stage, which is the red zone, and I'm gonna say some things that might make you guys look at Fabrizio and think, is this Lex Luthor? Alright, enough wasting time. Let's get into the green zone.
I'm Elvis and I'm in Green Zone.
Okay, first things first. I don't like how Fabrizio stares at me at the beginning of these videos. It's creepy, okay? I don't know if he's scanning me to work out my market value or he's trying to assert dominance, but yeah, I need that to stop. It scares me. Nigga cheese. Okay, next complaint in the green zone. It is painfully obvious that he talks to players and their agents. For example, he just dropped a post on Twitter regarding X-Video's lesbian legend Alejandro Garnacho, where it says that Garnacho does want to leave Man U, but he wants to remain in England. Yeah, question, so how is Fabrizio supposed to know this unless he is literally talking to Garnacho and his agent? So essentially, a team like Bologna could bid for Garnacho, and Garnacho could just go to Fabrizio and say, okay, listen, man, I do not want to play in Italy, okay? No offense. Can you tell the whole world that I want to stay in England, you know, before my stupid brother does? I'll give you money. If you guys haven't been able to tell already, the green zone represents money, because Fabrizio Romano is the journalistic equivalent of Mr. Krabs. And it's no secret, the two guys literally dress the same. Sticking to the green zone, it is now time to talk about Jonathan David. So I actually have a conspiracy theory about Jonathan David. I believe that Jonathan David is a football industry plant created in a lab by Fabrizio Romano himself. And when he gets bought by a big team, Fabrizio is gonna take 90% of the profit. That is the only explanation for Fabrizio constantly gassing this guy up every single season, saying big teams are monitoring him, only for him to have still been playing at Lille since like what Infinity War was in theaters. Like, yo, Fab, give it up. No big team is stupid enough to buy Jonathan David. Right, guys?
Yeah.
I'll never do that.
I'm Canadian anyways. Who cares, right?
Oh, for f***'s sake, Juve. And my final issue with Fabrizio in the green zone is him constantly edging us. Like, bro, this guy always gives us a taste of a transfer. Bro, we want the whole load.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I'll use an example that is going on right now. Gyökeres to Arsenal. Fabrizio has dropped like 50 posts on this. Anybody remember the Jadon Sancho Manchester United saga? Yeah, same thing. Fabrizio's transfer talks is like me saying, guys, I like boobs, I like tits, I like racks. I just said the same thing 3 times. And that is what Fabrizio does. Okay, guys, it is now time to move on to the yellow zone. My intermediate issues with our favorite tap-in and catchphrase merchants. Now, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think that Fabrizio is just a social media influencer that gossips about footballers. That's not true. He's actually a journalist. But you see, because of his fame and his stature, he has changed how football journalists work. Like, bro, random guys on Twitter will learn that a footballer wants to leave their team, they'll report about it on Twitter, and now, all of a sudden, they're even dressing like Fabrizio. But I think the worst part about the Romanification of football journalism is football journalists having catchphrases.
All the best
Journalists
have a catchphrase.
I don't have a catchphrase.
All the best
Journalists
have a catchphrase.
You can find smaller journalists on Twitter saying stuff like Jadon Sancho to Juventus, boom, Robert Sanchez to Arsenal, Shabizi, Marcus Rashford to Liverpool. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Hell, there is a 8 or a 9-year-old kid who is a journalist, and he reports on football transfers with his own little catchphrase that goes, "There we land." And he even has his own logo. Man, that's adorable. Hey, Fabrizio, can you meet me outside, please? Okay, now a lot of people believe that Fabrizio has ruined transfers for us by giving us too much access. And even if you do block his accounts, other major accounts are still gonna post his news, so you can't really escape him. But I can't be too mad at Fabrizio, because at the end of the day, reporting on transfers is his job. However, when you are spoiling literally everything else, then yes, I am gonna start complaining. Maybe the worst thing that he's been spoiling for the last couple of years, the Ballon d'Or winner. Dude, imagine a journalist in Los Angeles was spoiling the winners for the Oscars weeks before the event ever happened. Bro, all of Hollywood would band together to collectively give this guy RKOs in front of his wife and his dog. Like, dude, if you're announcing the winner of the Ballon d'Or weeks in advance, what reason do we have to even watch the event? Okay, guys, I want to take you back in time. Remember last year when we were all 100% convinced for weeks that Vinicius was going to win the Ballon d'Or, even on the day of the event? And then hours before the event, Fabrizio posted that actually Rodri was going to win, and Vinicius was so mad that he refused to go to the event. Bro, imagine if Fabrizio never told us this. That would have been the most shocking Ballon d'Or ceremony ever. We would be watching thinking, where the hell is Vinicius? Does he have a family issue? And then all of a sudden we see Rodri wins? Like, bro, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy, but nope. Instead, we got Fabrizio literally spoiling everything. Like a dude watching a movie with you, constantly saying in your ear, "Oh, here comes the best part." I think that's my biggest issue with Fabrizio. There's no surprise element to transfers anymore. I mean, besides a few moves, maybe some of Aston Villa's moves, or like Fabinho to Liverpool, or Pedro Neto. What? I don't gotta shout his name anymore. I like Neto. To Chelsea, which was pretty much wrapped up in a day. But with Fabrizio, transfer shocks just don't happen anymore. I remember as a kid, I was a Chelsea fan, and suddenly I just see Torres pulling up to Chelsea wearing our shirt. I'm just thinking, how the hell did that happen? Kids are not gonna be able to experience this. No, they're gonna know months in advance, All because of Fabrizio. Okay, guys, we have officially reached the red zone. But before we talk about the red zone, I'd like to encourage you guys to please like this video. And of course, comment down below which rogue footballer you're honoring your like to for this video. I'm going to be honoring my like to the Dutch legend himself, Mr. Dirk Kuyt. Okay, the things I said about Fabrizio before, they're pretty much divisive. These things, they're borderline sadistic. I believe Fabrizio will post anything as long as it results in engagement. Engagement on social media generates likes, which generates impressions, which generates money. Fabrizio's job is essentially to keep you as engaged as possible with his accounts. Commenting, liking, sharing. And what posts generate the most engagement? Controversial ones. Now, I said before that Jonathan David is Fabrizio's boy. You want to know who's really Fabrizio's boy?
Bitch, I came straight from the upper.
Now, look, I'm not here to debate with you lawyers whether or not Mason Greenwood is innocent or not, okay? I'm just gonna say that he is known for a lot more than his footballing abilities. He's, of course, also famously known for putting the famous Dexter combo on his girlfriend. And look, man, we can't even deny it. There is literally video footage. So this is why I can never forget when Mason Greenwood moved from Manchester United to Getafe and Fabrizio just kept posting him. Mason Greenwood might just be the first and last Getafe player that Fabrizio has ever cared enough to post. Fabrizio was doing Nazi Germany level propaganda when it came to Mason Greenwood, talking about, oh, he's having a good season at Getafe. It got to the point where even my friends were convinced, and they come to me and say, yo, Greenwood's doing pretty well at Getafe, huh? Now, I decided to look into it myself, and upon further inspection, it turns out that Greenwood only scored 8 goals in Spain. Okay, for context, Mason Greenwood had the same season in Spain as Raba did last season. Now, for those y'all that don't know Raba, he is a forward that plays for Valencia, and he has a market value of about 2.2 million. He is a decent attacker with literally zero hype, compared to Mason Greenwood, who scored the same amount of goals as him and has so much hype because of Fabrizio. Now look, of course, Fabrizio is not really getting a hard on because Mason Greenwood is scoring 8 goals a season, right? No. See, Fabrizio knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that when he posts Greenwood, then the comments are not just going to be talking about football because Greenwood is a very divisive person. This means that Fabrizio is going to get more engagement. Another thing that Fabrizio posted a lot about was Diogo Jota's demise. Now listen, y'all, pretty much every major football account was talking about Diogo Jota. They posted the news, they posted teams' tributes to Jota, and they also posted about the funeral. Look, this is obviously fine and it's expected, right? But you see, Fabrizio was doing that thing that he does where he posts about something a lot more than he needs to. He had numerous posts of footballers pulling up to Jota's funeral like it's the Met Gala. He was posting other footballers' posts and stories about Diogo Jota. Like, bro, we can go check that out ourselves.
Sorry I couldn't mention this in the video, but guys, Fabrizio dropped 15 posts in 2 days about Jota's passing.
Now, guys, for obvious reasons, I cannot just come out and say Fabrizio Romano is exploiting Diogo Jota's demise for engagement and clicks. But I will say that Fabrizio has indeed shown in the past that he is aware what topics garner engagement. He knows Greenwood is a sensitive topic, he'll post about it. He knows Jota is a sensitive topic, he'll post about it. But he won't just post, he'll post about these things a lot. The same way in which he posts about his transfers very frequently, even if he is saying something that he just said on a previous post. And if you, like many others, are in his comments saying, Fabrizio, you just posted this, or Fabrizio, you are literally milking the situation, it doesn't matter, because guess what? To him, that is still engagement. Fabrizio understands the social media game pretty much more than anybody else. He knows how to post things in a way where you can't outright say, hey, this is evil. And that is why he has blurred the lines between somebody who posts about football related news and somebody that talks about sensitive topics in order to generate likes, clicks, and impressions. So the question is this man football's greatest exploiter, or is he just a man that's doing his job. Well, World Gang, I love y'all so much, so I'll let you guys decide for yourself. You guys tell me in the comments, what do you guys think? And by the way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys like. I hope if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. And please comment down below, guys. What do you think? What do you think about Fabrizio? Do you guys still have a high opinion of him? Do you think that maybe this is something that you've also been thinking about? Has this video changed your mind on Fabrizio? Do you think I'm bugging? Please let me know in the comments. I want to know. I want us to engage about this. We're football fans, so we should be talking about these things. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I love you all so much. It has been your boy, the Streets Champ, and I've just given you the gift of Toby World. Drink it in, man.